Namaste, brothers and sisters. How's it going? I have decided to make a video at home today. I am going to go out, but it's so cold. It's quite hard to actually make a video when it's so cold. But I'll just see if anyone's going to jump on the call. But I am actually going to load up this video to YouTube, so we will get a few viewers. Oh, here we got 67 alley cat. So I'm making this video because I wanted to just give everyone a little bit of an update about the book situation, and so basically I woke up this morning and my beautiful assistant Zoe, she left me a message and she said, "Oh Jen, I've got the best news for you. Your book is #1 bestseller on Amazon, and you've had no more horrible nasty trolls comment. You've just had really lovely reviews." So I'm not looking at the reviews anymore because it's really horrible. Don't need to, it's kind of abusive to expose myself to that vitriol from people that haven't even read the book. Of course, I'm totally open to constructive feedback, but not from people that are just trying to diminish the message. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, so I've had no more troll attacks, and yeah. And also, the last time I made a video was last Sunday, and I was very emotional last Sunday because I just found out that my auntie Caroline had been taken into intensive care because she ended up having a fall. She slipped in the bath, and she had a really bad accident. And so the day that my book got released, and then all that negative sort of energy coming towards me, then I found out about my auntie. And I am really close to my auntie. I lived with her my whole life because my mum and her sister lived together, and I lived with my cousins, and we all lived in an extended family. So it's not like a sort of regular auntie. It was really close to her. She was like my second mum. Well, she's like my second mum. Anyway, guys, she's been released from hospital, and all the nurses think that she's an absolute walking miracle. And I think that's got something to do with all the prayers that we've all been, sending her. So that's really incredible. My auntie's out of hospital, so that's wonderful. I'm going to send her a big hamper soon and a really lovely, beautiful bunch of flowers just to say welcome home, and we're all thinking about you. So yeah, the energy's really shifted from last Sunday. It was a full-on day last Sunday. I was really upset, and but yeah. So and then beautiful Magenta Pixie and Daniel contacted me, and they were like, "Jen, don't read them. Just stay away from Amazon. It shows that it's a really powerful, piece of work, and that's the only reason why they're attacking it." And so I took their advice, and I haven't been on Amazon. Zoe's just sending me the feedback, the reviews. Yeah. So yes, so the energy has shifted. Thanks, guys. What a wonderful news. Yeah, wonderful news, isn't it, about my auntie? Yeah, my mum was saying, because I grew up in London, in North London, near Islington, and near Highgate and Hampstead. And my mum was saying that my auntie walks all the way up Highgate Hill every single day to go to Waterloo Park. And they were and the nurses are like, "Oh my God, you're so fit. It's absolutely incredible. She's 70, do you know what I mean? But she's really super amazing, glamorous, youthful 70-year-old. And they're all just blown away. So yeah, it's wonderful news about my auntie. I'm so happy. So that's one big relief, out the way. And there's always reasons why these things happen. Nothing's ever, we're never a victim in life. There's sometimes these things are wake-up calls, do you know what I mean? So I was able to see it from the higher perspective, which I wasn't last Sunday at all. And then I was like, yeah, it makes sense. It's okay. And then now she's miraculously recovering, because I think what happens is that if you have an accident or something like that, and you actually realise why you've called that in on a soul level, then you fast track your healing process. I'm pretty sure of that. If you can, because it's your soul's trying to communicate to you, and so if you get it, and you're like, oh yeah, it's that, then it's it doesn't need to give you those symptoms. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's what's going on with my auntie, and she's doing really well. So that's wonderful, isn't it? Archie, say hello. Say hello, everybody. I've been such a good boy today, haven't I? You've been a good baby. Amazing news. What wonderful news. So pleased to hear that, Jen. Yeah, so it's it's all good, guys. And so yeah, just wanted to give a little bit of an update about my book. So this is the first edition, and it was a little bit rushed because we had this big you know, launch date of the 14th. So I'm going to do a second edition quite quickly, like little issues like the fact that Laura Eisenhower's name underneath my name is a little bit small. There's just like little tweaks that need to happen. But my feeling is that the first edition is going to be a collector's item. So yeah, I would get the first edition, even though I'm going to tweak it to be the second edition. That's going to be the one that's kind of like mass produced for everyone. But there's only going to be like a real handful of these first edition books. And my Spirit team, they told me this is going to be a classic, and it's going to be a collector's item. So anyone that's, you know, getting these this first edition, I think you're onto a good investment there. And there was a couple of little typos that I noticed. It wasn't many, hardly at all, because I've been reading the audio version of it, and so I've just noticed like a couple of things, hardly anything at all. So obviously that will go into the second edition as well. What else is going to go into the second edition? I think that's it. I think that's the only changes that we're going to make. And also we're going to change how, like, you know, a book shouldn't really start on that side of the page. Like, a book should really start on that side of the page. It was just a faux pas. It was a faux pas from the person that loaded it up. Do you know what I mean? But things like that make them stand out and make them easily identifiable as the first edition. So yeah, I reckon it's going to be collectible, as is the hard copy. So I'm going to be working on the hard copy soon. I've had so much on my plate, guys. I'm getting this workbook for you all. I've had so many emails from everyone that's read the book. They want the workbook, and I've got the workbook. I just need to add the QR codes. So I'm going to have to really look into that, because I've got 6 more QR codes to add onto the workbook. But I have actually done the workbook, so I'm going to be loading that onto Amazon soon. I've uploaded my Law of Attraction little instruction book. I've been working with this incredible guy, Eddie, who's a graphic designer, and he's been like really massively helping me get all my books up onto Amazon. So that book is now published, released. It's amazing. And what I've said about that book is that, you know, since I stabilised in higher dimensional consciousness in October 2013, it's been very hard for me to have an actual wobble, because I'm so stabilised in the higher perspective and just very deeply connected in God consciousness all the time. It's very hard for me to have a wobble. But occasionally I have had a wobble, maybe 4 or 5 times in the last few years where I've like my axis like wobbling. And every single time that's happened, I've read my little instruction book from cover to cover, and it is just completely and utterly just put me back into my absolute 1,000,000% solid alignment, like with source energy. So it is my go-to book. It's always my go-to book. It is pure magic. It is pure truth. It's pure divine truth. It's very short. It's very easily digestible. So that's already up on Amazon. You can get that. That's taken a long time to get that up on Amazon. So that was no mean feat. So that's that. So that's the workbook done. The Little Law of Attraction book. I'm going to start working on the hard copy soon. But first of all, I'm going to finish the audio. The audio is a right old mission, guys, because I'm recording it. Because I'd rather record it in the comfort of my own home, because I've got Logic, I've got like a really good microphone, than go and sit in some stinky like studio. Do you know what I mean? Of course, I'd rather just do it here. So I'm doing it here, but it's quite the mission. Can we get a hard copy? Yeah, you can get a hard copy. Actually, they're all saying how cute you are. We can get a hard copy when it's done. But I think this guy Eddie that I'm working with, I think he's going to really help me get this hard copy done, and it's going to be filled with light codes. I've got loads and loads of light codes, guys, all my art, so it's going to be amazing. I can't wait to create that. Going to get on with my second book as well, which is called No More Crumbs, and it's an empowerment book for the divine feminine. It's like an empowerment manual to help the divine feminine really wake up and step up as the goddess that she has incarnated to be, and that she promised her divine masculine that she would be. So this is an empowerment manual for divine feminines, but obviously men can read it as well. But I can't start that until I've got all these hard copies done and whatever. So yeah, I wanted to read you all like a little bit of a testimony. My spirit team were like, read him a testimony. Go on, Jen. So who wants to hear a testimony? Zoe sent me loads of them. Yeah, let me just pull one up. I am without words to describe your book so far, but I will do my best. As I read it, I first had tears coming out, followed by tingling sensations and heat. Every word described an inner knowing and brought a sense of peace and joy. As a child of Mother, Father, God, know you are safe and loved. Indeed we are, but in the 3D matrix, we often forget. I was shown what my twin looks like and I was in awe. I had seen it before, but after reading your book, I saw him with all details and connected telepathically with him. What an emotional reunion it was. I thank you for sharing your book with me. I'm very grateful for you. I downloaded this book at 11:11, so that was an important sign for me. I really enjoyed the book. It was hard to put down. Very interesting and helpful information which Jen explains so well. It's hard not to get excited about the twin flame journey now. Jen McCarthy is a fabulous, insightful light worker. She has helped me tremendously on my path to breaking free of the 3D fear-based reality. This book is a must-read for everyone on their path to enlightenment. I love listening to Jen's take on the world through her videos and interviews. I'm very excited to continue this book. Jen has such a warm heart. She's very insightful. Looking forward to jumping into this. Jen is a beautiful light in this world. Her book is amazing and filled with deep wisdom and love. I mean, you know, it just goes on and on, doesn't it? So the reviews have been amazing from people actually that have read the book. They're amazing. Love all the work you do. You're always handing out gold. Love you. Thanks, Han. I do my best. All right, I'm just gonna open up the book and give you all a message. So I'm just gonna flick it. So what my team told me is like, you know, basically when everyone incarnates, we have this spark, we have this flame of divinity that's burning bright within us. It's very, very bright in children. It's very bright in people that are very, very healed. But what happens is the third dimensional programming seeks to try to put out that flame, that light, and all you're really left is with a spark. But you have to have a spark. If you didn't have a spark, you'd be dead. But everyone's still got that spark, and that is the spark that connects them to their abiding divinity. And it's like this book, with all its pages and all its gnosis and vibrations, it's just like fanning that flame. It's fanning that spark so that it can become a fire again, so that you get to experience the warmth and the brilliance of your own divinity, the remembrance of who you are as the most precious, beloved child of God. That's what the book does. It's nothing about anything external. It's about you, and it's about you owning and claiming your divinity and your glory. And it's like I basically hold your hand and walk you to that remembrance. You know, where it's all about you. You are the embodiment of God on earth. And it's time you remembered that. And it's time that you put your crown on and that you wear it with pride now. And stop hiding, stop like, you know, keeping yourself small. The world needs to see you as one who has remembered her divinity, one who wears her crown with pride. I am God's daughter. I am of the royal heritage. I am of the royal bloodline. We all are of the royal bloodline, because the royal bloodline refers to God, refers to the holy parents of creation. So therefore we are all of the royal bloodline. Now the thing is, you know, it's a case of us remembering and claiming our sovereignty and our divinity. But even though you are part of the royal bloodline, most people don't have a clue. They just think they're just some 3D whatevers. You're not. We're all like high and holy galactic beings, like ridiculously angelic, like the works. Anyway, I'm gonna now just pull out. Archie, what page shall I read? 55. Okay, I've got a bit of telepathic communication going on with Archie. He said 55. Are you sure 55, not 56? All right, we'll go with 55. Right. Words are spells. The purpose of this book is to remind you that you are automatically plugged into the higher mind of God consciousness through you actively choosing higher thoughts. Thoughts of service, thoughts of gratitude, thoughts whereby you are counting your blessings, and of course the practice of committing deeply to meeting and bringing home your shadow self. There is a current that exists that is known as the force of creation. This force holds all of the stars in their place and is what transforms a seed into a flower. It is our job as individualized transmitters to attune to this blissful and extraordinary current. We do that through attuning, or indeed choosing, our thoughts and remembering in every moment that we are empowered to place our extremely powerful consciousness wherever it is that we intend. So I just want to talk about this. I had an insight a few years ago that the word choose, I choose, because enlightenment is a choice. It's not something you arrive at. It's a choice. Happiness is a choice. It's a choice to put down your story, put down your victim narrative, put down your identity as a third dimensional being. It's a choice. That's what it is. Enlightenment is a choice. Happiness is a choice. Awakening is a choice. It's all a choice. You know, and that's why when Buddha woke up, he laughed. He was like, "What? It was a choice. What would you? That was an actual choice. What I could have just chosen that at any point in my existence." And God's like, "Yep, you could have chosen it. You could have chosen it, love." Do you know what I mean? And that's why when Buddha awakens, he laughs, because it's a choice. You can choose it at any moment. You can choose to put down your story. You can choose to show up as an empty vessel in the world. It's up to you. But what I realised a few years ago is that the word choose, I choose, is very, very similar in frequency to attune. I choose, I attune. And what we have to realise is that we live in a vibrational universe, and everything already exists on a higher sort of harmonic frequency. And so in order for us to experience the manifestation of that, we need to attune. We need to attune. We need to choose to have thoughts in alignment with the manifestation of that. So say, for example, I want to manifest being a best-selling author for my book. I have to realise that already exists within the higher dimensional escrow, as Abraham Hicks, they use that word, it's quite a good word, escrow. It's within the 0 point field, you could call it, or within your Akashic field. It already exists. Everything already exists, because we live in an infinite universe filled with infinite timelines. And so what is our duty? To attune and choose the thoughts, the emotions, the experiences that we want to experience in the future. So we choose them now as though they're already happening. So say, for example, I want to be a best-selling New York Times bestseller. I will then start acting as if that has already happened. I will start scripting it. I will start playing with that idea like a child would. Oh, wow, it's so amazing. I got the news today that I'm #1 bestseller at New York Times bestseller. I mean, for want of a whatever, that's just an example. I'm not really don't want to be a New York bestseller, but whatever. Do you know what I mean? But what it is that you choose it. You choose to attune to that feeling of what does it feel like? And then you convince yourself that that's already happened. And that is how we work with the law of manifestation, brothers and sisters. It's a case of faking it till you make it. But it's not really faking it. It's just we're attuning to something on a higher dimensional level. And through us attuning to it and choosing it, we are literally we're like fisherwomen and fishermen, and we're pulling it out of the higher dimensional realms, and we're pulling it into our earthly reality. And this is how it all works. This is the secret to manifestation. So, the whole book's like that. I mean, I could open this book on any single page and give an hour lecture on one paragraph. And it is so heavily, densely packed with codes. Do you know what I mean? And what I realised is that a code, when we talk about codes, spiritual activators like myself talk about codes, what we're really talking about is permission slips. That's what a code is. And I just want everyone to meditate on that. Just meditate. When we talk about abundance codes, we're talking about permission slips. We're talking about you actually giving yourself a permission slip to claim your divinity, to claim your royalness, to claim your connection to God consciousness. Anyway, there's so much to share. 88. All right, someone said they want me to read 88. So did we get that about the tuning and attuning and choosing? I hope so. Got to call Archie in, guys, because he's being a bit naughty. One sec. Archie! Come in. Don't be so naughty. Right. Now, give him a little treat. There you go. Someone wanted me to read page 88, Archie Bear. Go on then, we'll give you a little glimpse of page 88. Here we go, 88. Oh, this is a very popular chapter, Coming Home to the Heart. I would like to take this sacred opportunity to remind us all that one of the most powerful ways that we come home to ourselves in stabilised and abiding spiritual awakeness is by listening to our heart and trusting the messages that our heart gives us. Think about it, guys. The word heart, H-E-A-R-T, it has the word hear in it, H-E-A-R. It has the word ear, E-A-R in it. We have two ears. Why is it that we have two ears and we only have one mouth? Maybe that's because we're meant to listen double as much as what we speak. Probably more, like 80 times more. We're meant to listen. So it's all there. It's all hidden in plain sight. Like your heart is it's free from all the programming. Your heart consciousness has been buried underneath all of the third dimensional programming that has tried to hijack your soul and put you on a fear-based timeline. But your heart has always remained in like with God, basically. Your heart has always remained safe and protected in God's heart, you know. And so that's why we all have a duty to listen to our heart. Now, the problem is with all the third dimensional programming, the heart is very quiet. It's almost silent. And also the thing about the heart is that the messages that the heart gives us are generally exquisitely beautiful. And because of the third dimensional programming, it doesn't correlate. And so we're so used to being blasted with all this fear energy that when we sort of like get a message from our heart, we're like, no, that's just, I just totally just made that up. Like that exquisite vibration doesn't exist within this earthly reality. And then we reject the voice of our heart. We reject the guidance to the detriment of all, you know. So much of this book is about reminding us all about the importance of the heart consciousness. The heart is captain of the ship of your soul. And the vast majority of humanity has woefully forgotten this. Society has indoctrinated everyone to believe that the mind is the master, but nothing could be further from the truth. I have learned on my spiritual journey that my higher self communicates to me very quietly, almost silently, through my heart's subtle vibrations. And whenever I listen to my heart and act upon its guidance, I experience the most extraordinary expansion of my consciousness. One of the longest forgotten secrets is that the heart is the GPS that Mother, Father, God has placed safely inside of us, which is fully equipped to take us to our greatest destiny in the quickest, most efficient route possible. The heart consciousness has access to our higher self and our subconscious mind, which knows about the shortcuts and the pitfalls that lie ahead of us on our soul's journey. When we listen to and attune to our heart's guidance, this is when we become one with our soul's greatest destiny. There we go. So if you're going to take anything from this, you know, our time together, please listen to your heart. Please trust your heart. Please deepen your relationship with your heart. Please commit to trusting your heart, because that's what I've noticed as a spiritual teacher activator, is that people can like get the messages from their heart, but they just reject them. They're like, I just made that up. And that is just like, you're just holding your own evolution up. Like your heart guidance is the fast track to you align with your most fulfilling spiritual destiny. So you may as well get on board with what your heart is like guiding you to do, guys. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, any questions? No. So I guess what I'll do is, as this is on Instagram, I'm going to download this, put it up onto YouTube, get it up onto Facebook, and I'll put all the links. I'll put the link to buy the book in the comments. But I have to say one thing, guys. Just go to Amazon in your own country and type in Twin Flames and the event. Because the thing is, if I can't put the UK link, if you're in America, you can't buy this book from Amazon UK. You can only buy this book from Amazon.com. And so everyone's writing to me saying, oh, Jen, it's saying it's not available because it's not available in your country. UK Amazon will only ship to the UK. European Amazon will only ship to Europe. American Amazon will only ship to America. So just type into Amazon Twin Flames and the event and it will come up. Oh, that warmed my heart, Jen, and reminded me how my heart led me back to my path. Oh, that's so beautiful, hon. Yeah, get the book, guys. It's such an amazing gift to yourself, and it's really beautiful and it's really, really powerful. And I really believe it will become a spiritual classic. And I believe that I've created it in a new genre. This is a new genre of writing. You know, it's called multidimensional. It's a multidimensional offering. So this book is being created from the 0 point field, and the 0 point field can be likened to a spiral. And so when you're giving forth information from the 0 point field, if you imagine it like a spiral, and so it's like you are going back on yourself and going back on yourself, you're going round and round, but each time that you go round, you are sharing more information, you're sharing it from a different perspective. So in this book, I talk about the Hieros Gamos, the inner alchemical marriage, the Kundalini awakening, the marriage of the Kundalini. I talk about the Ida, the Pingala. I talk about the pineal gland. I talk about the heart consciousness. I talk about ascension. I talk about the shift from caterpillar to butterfly consciousness. I speak about the event, but I don't just speak about it once. Like, the whole book is about that. And so I'll speak about Kundalini in chapter 3, but then chapter 8, I'll also speak about Kundalini because it's so deep. It's not linear. This information is non-linear. You know, this is multidimensional. So, you know, there will be critics of the third dimension that are like, oh, it's very critical of that. I don't care. This is a unique spiritual offering, and it's designed. I haven't created it to get popularity points with third dimensional publishers. I have created it to activate your DNA. Do you know what I mean? And they don't know how to activate DNA. Otherwise, there'd be loads of books that were activating DNA. So all these people are like, oh, you're not so professional. I don't really care. This is from my heart. This is pure. This is sacred. This is innocent from my heart. I don't care. I'm not a person that is obsessed with drawing inside the lines. I don't care about that. I just care about being authentic and being real and being true. And this is what this book is. And it's ruffled quite a lot of feathers in the publishing world, but I really don't care. Like, whatever, Trevor. Do you know what I mean? Okay, see that for you too. That's why your social media isn't going crazy busy yet, because you need this time to get it all out. When you have, it's going to go off. The thing about my social media, I do actually have a massive social media platform, but I've been restricted at the moment. I'm restricted, and that's fine. It's fine. It is what it is. And it is going to grow organically. I mean, I've got, whereas I had 30,000 followers on my Facebook, I'm sure that will go to 3 million followers based upon the book. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, who knows? I'm just responding to this comment underneath it. It says, I see that's why your social media isn't going crazy busy yet. It kind of is going crazy busy. But anyway, yeah, no, thank you for that comment. It's all happening and it's all growing organically, and that was a message I wanted to give out. I've been so busy this week with the audio that I haven't made any videos, and I just got a really strong sign from the universe that I was meant to I was just meant to make this video. Do you know what I mean? Just to give everyone an update. Sophia says they're all in competition. Yeah, this is a unique offering. This is a unique vibration. This is 5D-tastic. Like, there is not a more fifth dimensional book on this earth. Seriously, this will activate your fifth dimensional higher self, like, to come online big time. And I say that based upon the reviews that I've got. I mean, I've received now over 100 reviews, and it's across the board, brothers and sisters. It's very, very powerful, and it's a unique offering. Like, I'm a unique person. I don't fit into their categories. I'm like, no, I'm just gonna like bust open all your categories and come in as a new energy, as a Genergy. Do you know what I mean? That's what Sheila says. She says, oh, you're Genergy. And I'm like, yeah, I'm bringing a Genergy to this, not a like 3D energy. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So that's it, guys. I think that's basically my message. So I do appreciate you being on board with this. Can you share my video? Can you share this video? And also to everyone on YouTube, please can you like, subscribe, all that business. It really, really helps. We're getting shadow banned. All light workers are getting shadow banned, and so we need to all come together and organise. Also, just before I leave, brothers and sisters, I just want to let everyone know that I got a really, really strong download the other day. And that is that basically what is going on at the moment is a 4D information war, spiritual war. And so the powers that are using information as a way to hijack souls and keep them entrapped in this third dimensional samsaric loop. And so this is all, there's no bombs being dropped. It's all 4D information war. That's what's going on. And so I meditated the other day, and I was like, okay, we need a solution. We need a solution for this. And then Mother, Father, God dropped this download into my consciousness, and it basically said, what we need to do is we need to raise loads of money to buy billboard space. And with the billboard space, we can have really funny memes, really, really educational, insightful memes. But we can also have light codes with very, very powerful, like even just quotes from this book, like quotes that will bring you back into remembrance of your divinity. So basically the project was kind of like dropped down. I received a download in its entirety. And what my team said is that they want it to be a grassroots project. So that means is that everyone has to look at like their own billboards in their own local community and find out how much does it cost to rent that billboard. And then I'm creating like a mother fund. And then with that fund, people that can then apply to that fund to buy a billboard in their town, or they can all come together and raise money in their own way. But what I'm really looking for is donors. I'm looking for millionaires, billionaires, people that have got a lot of money that want to donate to a charity or a foundation that is really, really deeply serving humanity. You know, we know there's a lot of like, you know, well-off business people that don't want to pay like all their money in tax, and they're looking for causes. This would be a brilliant cause. This is for the purpose of enlightening humanity and restoring the dignity back to humanity. So I'm going to put the link to the GoFundMe underneath this video. And if there's any wealthy donors that are watching this video, please can you contact me? We can work together, specifically, together. And also you can just make a donation. And please know that that donation is going to basically go towards creating these beautiful, beautiful light offerings, so that we're going to be approaching this fourth dimensional battleground with our vibration, with our heavenly, elemental, exquisite vibration, so that our brothers and sisters can have those codes emitted into their psychic field. Now, I've had a little bit of criticism from people about setting this project up. They're like, oh, Jen, there's so many other important projects for humanity. And of course there are. There are 1,000 million, bazillion important projects for humanity. But I can only go on the guidance that my team give me. And this is what they are flagging up as important. And I'm fully standing behind this. So please don't write to me anymore saying, I don't think this is a good idea. I think you should do this. Like, do it yourself. If you think that, you do that. You're the one that's called to do that project, and I'm the one that's called to do this project. So we've all got to just stay in our lanes here. Stop trying to tell me not to do this. It's silly. It's ridiculous. You know, there's very deep reasons why I'm being guided to do this, which you don't understand. Just back off and just allow it to happen. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it isn't. It could be perceived as frivolous, but actually, I don't think it is frivolous. I think that we have to take seriously the fact that this is a fourth dimensional information war, and we are truly approaching it from that level. So yeah, I'm not going to hear anyone's arguments to me of like, oh, I think you should set up another charity. Set it up yourself. I've got enough on my plate. I've already got my homeless charity. Now I've got this charity. I can't like be setting up all the charities in the world. Do you know what I mean, guys? Anyway, so yeah, I'm really excited about that. Can't wait to get the first billboard up. I'm gonna, and funnily enough, I got the download about this project, and then a really a good friend of mine, she contacted me. She's like, oh my god, Jen, I'm that is what I do. I'm a billboard designer. I've got access to all of the billboards. I'm basically your way in. I'm your middle person. So already the universe is massively supporting this. Yeah. So that's it, guys. That's my message. Archie, have you got anything to say to everyone? What do you think? What do you think about the billboard sitch? What do you reckon? Is it a good idea? What does the doggy dimension say? Is it a good idea? I'm getting a yes. I'm getting a yes. I mean, I'll need Maria to confirm that. She's the animal whisperer. But I am getting a yes. Okay, guys, well, that's it. That's basically my message. So please share this video, and please, like, if you get my book, like, I don't know, put it on Instagram and tag me or whatever. I don't really hardly use Instagram. I don't know how it all works, but I do see all these authors, like, and everyone's going, oh, I've got her book. 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 So if you could do that, that would be great. And then you just tag me. All right, guys. So, ow, don't you do that. All right, guys, so I love you all. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll do another video in a day or two. God bless you all. I see you. I recognise you. I remember who you are. You're my beautiful brother, my beautiful sister. We are all one family. We are all divine sparks of divinity. We are all children of God. You are so beautiful. You are so precious, and you will always be that divine child self to Mother, Father, God, that cute, amazing, yummy, divine child self. That is who you will always be to Mother, Father, God. So love yourself like God loves you. Please. Thank you.